Andrea Clausen here. Today I have another HIIT workout for you. All you're going to need for today is a set of dumbbells. You can use probably a medium-sized weight if you have more than one weight available. And if you do have a booty band or one of these little circle bands, you can feel free to grab that. We'll need it at the end. If you don't have one, no worries. We can get by without it. Trust me, you're still going to feel the burn. All right, let's get started with a nice warm-up. So you're going to go ahead, squat it down, roll it on up. So we're going to take a few of these squatting down, stretching out those hamstrings as you stand. So really feel that nice hamstring stretch as you stand up. If you can't go this low, you just go as low as you can. So if you're not quite in that yogi squat all the way to the floor, no worries. We're going to take two more of those. On this next one, we're going to go ahead and stand on up. And then we're going to walk those hands out to a high plank. You're going to go ahead and take that right foot to the outside of the right hand, stepping it back to center. Left foot, left hand, alternating sides here. So we're just warming up through those hips. You might just pause for a few seconds, feeling that hip opener. And then we'll keep that right leg out in front, and then maybe we'll do some circles, going to the right, going to the left, warming up through that hip. Stepping it back, high plank, left foot out. And same thing, hip grinders on this side, taking a few circles to the left and a few to the right. Stepping it back to center from your toes or your knees, we're just going to take a few warm-up push-ups. So I like the push-ups at 45-degree angles, so when you do those elbows, you're not going to go straight out to the sides. We're not going to do tricep to start, but at that nice 45-degree angles, as you're doing this, you don't have to go super deep. So making sure that you're just maybe halfway down to start. Then once you feel a little bit more warmed up, keep going, keep pushing just a little bit harder. We'll take two more. Last one. Curling those toes back, hips up and back, down dog, pedaling out those heels. And then we're going to go ahead and walk those hands back to the feet. Forward fold, grabbing opposite elbows, loosening through that low back. Maybe swaying side to side, taking those arms up and overhead, and then out to the sides. We're going to go ahead and take a step forward with that right leg into a lunge. We're just going to pulse for two, and then we're going to work on our balance. We're going to balance up on one leg, stepping it back, pulse two, and then holding on that balance. So we have a little bit of balance in one of our circuits, so I just wanted to kind of play with warming up. How does it feel? How are we balancing today? If you know you're going to want a wall nearby, that always can serve as a handy-dandy, whoop, I'm losing my balance, hold on to the wall thing. Switching sides now, right leg's going back, pulsing for two, standing up, balancing. And when we're holding this balance, holding with control. So stepping it back, hold, show that you have control. Two pulses, show, control. Two pulses, last one, show, control. All right, so go ahead and now we're going to take it squats, but I want us to warm up the ankles. So we're going to squat and explode to the toes. So squatting down, explode up to those toes. As you're squatting, pretending you're sitting back on a chair. So making sure that your chest is staying lifted and those hips just sink back. Looking good. We got two more. One more. Good, and shaking that out. We're going to go ahead and now bring it to a butt kicks. Option to keep it up or in place marches. So if you can go low impact, stay here. If you want a little bit higher impact, if the joints feel okay, this is your option. In 3, 2, and 1. All right, we're going to go ahead and grab those dumbbells. So grabbing those weights, again, maybe a medium-sized weights. We're going to start circuit one. Both of our circuits have 3 exercises in them, and then we're going to do a Tabata before we do a little core and booty finisher. So go ahead and grab medium to maybe heavier weights. We're going to do a single leg deadlift with a bicep curl. So the bicep curl, it might feel, you're not going to be able to do as heavy as maybe as you can with your deadlift. All right? So let's demo this. We're going to start with that right leg. Right foot staying down, left heel's coming off the floor. You're going to go ahead and single leg deadlift down. There was that balance. And then we're going to stand up, knee drive with the left as you perform perform those bicep curls. Both arms are curling. So from the front, you're gonna go ahead, drop the chest down towards the floor, pull those shoulder blades back, knee drive, and curl. So we're gonna keep going here. Leg goes straight back behind us. Really feel that nice stretch in that right leg. Shoulder blades are pulled back, so that's the key. I'm gonna show you from the side on the next one, so I can show you those shoulder blades. Keep going. So shoulders lifted back, making sure back stays flat. You should be looking at the floor. So if you're looking high, we are not looking at the right spot. At the floor. One more on this leg. Now listen up. You're gonna put the weights down on your next one. So you're gonna go ahead and deadlift back down, weights to the floor. Also we're balancing, left foot is up. Thank goodness I have my wall. And we're gonna squat. Mini, mini squats. You should be feeling this in the booty. For 5, well actually we're doing 15, that was 5. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shaking that out, you should feel that on that right glute. We're gonna go ahead now, slowly roll down, kind of like you're a deadlift, pull those shoulder blades back, and then standing back up with your weights. Left side. Go ahead and that left foot's anchored down, right leg's going back behind, shoulders pull back, tapping the floor if you need to, and bicep curl with that knee drive. All right, so we're gonna do a few on this side. We're shooting for about 10. And again, if you're really struggling with that deadlift, and you're like, I can't quite get this move down because the balance is just a little bit off, keep this foot down. So keep your toe on the floor behind you. You can still feel that nice stretch in that left leg. And so that way, you can still do the move, and you're really isolating through that left hamstring, and you don't have to worry about the balance. So if that balance is really tripping you up, that is something that you can do. If you are doing the knee drive, I want you to focus on using your core as you stand. So not only is my knee going up, but my core is helping me pull it up. This is our last full rep. On your next one, I want you to go ahead, drop those weights down, bend into that left knee, and little pulses. So now we're working that left glute. Should feel that left glute on fire, pushing through your front heel. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Standing up, step into the back of your mat. Go ahead and roll it on down. Walking out to that high plank. High plank shoulder taps, tapping right hand to left shoulder, left hand to right shoulder. So as we're doing this, we are trying to keep those hips as still as possible. So really maintaining control. So that's where the fun and that's where the core is actually working, is that control. One more on each side. Pushing it up and back, down dog. Walking those hands back to the feet. Go ahead and grab your weights, push through your heels, push through the glutes, shoulders pull back, and slowly stand up. A little deadlift to stand. All right, repeating 3 times through each move, or through each circuit, and through each move. So we're gonna start with that single leg deadlift, right side. So right foot's pointing down, left foot's going back behind. So starting it right on back, shoulders pull back, knee drive, curl. Good, so nice and controlled here. Second time through, your hamstring might feel a little bit more open because we have opened it up. Doesn't mean we're gonna have any better balance. I can feel my right side. That's always my side that is more challenging. And so I can feel myself fighting from falling over. So also resisting from gripping those toes on the mat, if you can. And that's where you have that true balance. We got one more on this side. Woo! Hopefully you didn't wipe out like I just did. And weights going back to the floor. Left leg is going up behind us. Pulses, little pulses. Staying with me here. Woo! Pushing through that right heel. Little pulses. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Left foot's going down. Again, to pick up those weights, we're going to do our 2-footed deadlift to pick them up. Little knee bend. Bending over at the waist, shoulders pull back. Grab those weights with your hands, push through your heels, and standing up. All right, left side. Left foot in front, shoulders pulled back. Right leg's going straight back behind you, looking down at the floor. Knee drive and curl. So if you have a side that's easier to balance from, and you can feel it, I want you to focus on your core. I want you to focus on that knee drive and really coming in from that low belly. So really trying to activate through the core. And so that's one of the ways that I like to kind of work the core into every move. And I always can feel it usually the next day if I did a good job. So usually I can get a little bit of, I might be a little sore, but I can really feel that hey, I'm doing something. And it might not have been a necessarily core-focused workout, but I know that I've been working my core because I'm focusing on those muscles. So instead of flying through the movement, really focusing on the muscles that you're working right now. This is your last one. Full rep up, and then we'll go ahead and drop those weights down. Single leg deadlift. Right foot's gonna stay up for your hover, and little pulses, pulsing it down and up. 4, 5. And I got a squeaky spot on the floor for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Standing up, shaking that out. Step into the back of your mat. Go ahead, forward, fold it down. Walking those hands out, we're adding on. This time, you are going to do it from your toes to your knees. Tricep push-up, so elbows rubbing against the ribs. Press up, and then your shoulder tap, all right? So you're gonna do your tricep push-up, up to your toes to your knees, and shoulder tap. You can do this whole thing from your knees, shoulder taps, like so, or maybe you just want to push up from the knees and then come up to your toes. You decide. We're hitting 10 of them this time. We got 4 to go. Exhaling as you push yourself up. That will give you that strength to get up. Last 2. Last 1. Woo! And curl those toes back. Walk those hands back. Grab the weights on your way to your feet. Walk the weights back to your feet if you need to. Push through those heels. Slowly standing up. Deadlift. All right, third set. We're almost done with this move. All right, back to those single leg deadlifts. Here we go. Adding on though with this one, we're gonna add that single leg deadlift. This time, you're gonna curl, hammer curl, and shoulder press, all right? So arms and wrists will stay facing each other. Shoulder blades are still pulled back. Once more, that toe can always be hovered. And so I'm still feeling my right glute and my right hamstring working. So just because you have that foot down does not mean you're giving yourself a break. It just means you're maybe helping with the balance a little. All right, we're almost there. Last 4. So you decide, toe down, leg up. As you're doing that press though, I want you to focus on keeping those shoulders or those ribs down and the shoulders not going right by the ears. So everything is pulled down, and again, that's a core move. Last one. And up. Go ahead and weights come down. Hovering that left foot off the floor. Little pulses. Stay in here. We can do it. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Standing up, shaking it off. All right, other leg, left side. Once more, maybe adding on those shoulder presses. Right leg's going back behind you. And curl, knee drive, maybe adding that press. Hips stay level to the floor. Right knee is doing what it needs to. So if your balance is pretty good, we should be working the core. Halfway. So I'm almost doing like a reverse crunch action. As I'm pushing up, I'm pulling my knee up. I'm also keeping my abs down. So I have that little contraction because I'm keeping my ribs down and I'm pulling that knee. I could really feel it in a little crunch fashion. So I want you to pay attention to that for these last couple reps. 1 more. Might have done an extra, that's all right. Last one. Go ahead and slowly lower down. Weights are coming down. Right foot's off the floor, little pulses. Stand here on this side. Got that squeaky spot again. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shaking that out. Back of your mat. Arms go up and overhead. Forward, fold it down. Walking those hands out. Once more. Giving me that tricep push-up into those shoulder taps. You can do it. Last time here. Nice, strong work. Last round with this move. Exhaling as you push up. You're at your halfway point. Thank goodness that wasn't my video. It was just my clock. So now we'll never know. I was just trying to keep an eye. 2 more on how long this workout is. Last one. Woo! And rolling it back, down dog. Walking those hands back. And then slowly rolling up to stand. All right, good work. Grabbing water if you need it. We're gonna be ready for circuit 2 next. So you probably are gonna stick with those weights. Maybe not. You're gonna do bicep curls again and some rows. So grabbing the weights that you want, we're gonna do reverse lunges with curls. We're gonna alternate sides. Just kidding, we're not alternating sides. Because the way I paired this, that's not gonna happen. So, just kidding. Ignore that I said that. We're gonna step back with the left leg, and we're gonna go ahead and bicep curl with the reverse lunge. So right leg is staying in front, stepping back. Wrists are gonna start facing each other, then they'll turn up and face the sky. So when we're doing this, we're really focusing on not swinging those weights. So they are controlled. Usually, if you're really swinging, it might mean they're too light. Or if you're arching and then having to swing them to pull them up, that means they're too heavy. So usually if people are going really fast, it means they're probably too light. Last one, hold it here. Now we're gonna go ahead and drop the chest forward and row over that right leg. Elbows coming up to the sky, lower belly pulled in. Exhaling as you pull up. Last 2, last 1. Stepping it back up and switching sides. Right leg's going back. Reverse lunge with those curls. Stepping it back with that bicep curl. Exhaling as you curl. Last 2 on this side. Last 1. You're holding it back. Arms coming to your side, dropping the chest down, rowing to the sky for 10. Exhaling as you pull up, lower belly pulled in. 3, 2, last 1. And stepping back to center. From here, you're gonna go ahead, roll it down. Hands coming to the floor, weights coming to the floor. Stepping it back, high plank. Go ahead and bring those knees in. Here in your bear crawl hover hold. Shoulder taps here. Alternating right arm and then left. Tapping opposite shoulders. I really want you to feel like you're scooping that low belly in. So if you have an ice cream scoop, you're scooping it up. Trying to keep those knees an inch or 2 off the floor. Last 3, 2, last 1. Hips are minimally moving. Down dog, walk those hands back. And rolling it up to center. Grabbing those weights. Round 2. All right, see, not too bad, not too bad. You're gonna step back now, left leg. And with those bicep curls, stepping it back to center. So we're gonna keep going on this side. Well, we did both sides, but we're gonna keep going here. And we'll stay with this for the second round, and we're gonna add on in the third. So we're gonna keep with these movements, minus your bear crawl, we're gonna add something on there. 9, last one on this side. Curl and hold, weights down, chest down, row it up. Exhaling as you squeeze back those shoulder blades. You should be looking right in front of your foot. So looking at the floor, try not to look up at the video. You can do it. 1 more. and then stand, press back to center. All right, switching right away. Right leg goes back. Reverse lunge on that left. So your left glute should be working, that front leg. So the right leg is just there to balance, but you're really working that left glute. Last two. Last one. Holding it back on this one. Chest down. Shoulder blades pull back. Squeezing. We're looking good. Halfway. Two more on this side. And stepping it back to center. Slowly rolling it down. Dumbbells off to the side. Stepping it back, high plank. Bringing those knees in. This time, you're going to take an opposite shoulder or hand to knee tap. So pretend I'm on all fours right now because you're going to be able to see it better in a second, but tap, tap. So you're in that hover hold and you're tapping. So I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see fully. I guess you can kind of see. So this is what I want. Tap, tap. Right hand to left knee. Hips are trying to not move at all. So really pulling from the abs. 4, 3, 2, last one. Rolling it back, down dog, walking those hands back. Rolling back to center. Here we go, round 3 already. So it's a quick circuit. Grabbing those dumbbells, right leg is gonna be in front, left leg is going back, reverse curl. Oh, hold on. The one downfall. It's very dry in my office. And I wanted to open my window. And I didn't, so I just had a dry throat. So, reverse lunge. You might add a hammer curl to a shoulder press. So we're gonna step back. We're gonna maybe hammer curl, shoulder press. Why I just did the knee drive again, I don't know. You don't need to do that though. You can just step your foot down. That was from that first circuit here, you know, trying to add on. Woo, halfway. This is also what happens when you're doing videos. Sometimes they all just kind of blur together what move you were doing. 2 more, and it's hard because I can't see you. And so I like to go on the energy of how everyone's doing. Hard to see over video. Stepping it back, holding here, dropping the chest down, shoulders pull back, rowing up. You're looking good. Halfway. 4, 3, 2, 1, and stepping it back to center. Here we go. Left side, maybe hammer curl, stepping it back, standing to shoulder press. Staying on that same side, hammer, shoulder. When you're doing those shoulder presses, once more, keeping those ribs down. Woo, looking good. Halfway. I'm laughing because my neighbors just came out of their house and they were just staring in here, probably wondering who I'm talking to and why I am working out right now. 2 more. They do know I am a trainer though. 1 more. And stepping it back, holding that, and rows to the side of the chest. Squeezing back. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. And stepping it to center, weights are coming down. Back down to that bear crawl, hover hold. This time we're adding a step back or a jump back. So holding that bear crawl, you're gonna step it back, back, center, center. So adding the backs, walking it, or maybe you jump and then you catch yourself at that 90. Jump, catch yourself. You decide, 7 to go. So either walking it back or jumping it back. We have Tabata next. I'm gonna do a little of both so I can get timing wise. And pushing it up and back, down dog. Walking yourself back. And rolling up to center. All right, grabbing water, cooling down just a little. to warm up before Tabata. All right, so our Tabata, we're gonna be on for 20, resting for 10. We have 4 moves. We're gonna repeat each move twice. You're gonna go as hard as you can during those 20 seconds. You should be out of breath when we are done with these 4 minutes. All right, first move is just squats. So all you're doing is squats. Everyone's is gonna look different depending on how fast you can go. I want good form, but I also want as many reps as you can with good form. Then down to the floor, on your toes or your knees, or on the wall, push-ups. So wall would be here, all right? Or floor on your knees or toes, as many push-ups. Remember push-ups, 45-degree angle. Third move, mountain climbers. So again, you're gonna be in that high plank, driving those knees up, or on the wall, driving those knees up. Last move, butt kick with an arm pull. So this one, it's gonna look like this to say low. Low impact is just here. No jumping. Jumping, it's gonna be here. You're gonna be going. Those arms going up above your head helps increase the heart rate, all right? So we're gonna do each move twice, and then we're moving on. So we got 2 20-second squats in a row, 2 20-second push-ups, mountain climbers, and then finishing with those butt kicks, all right? I'm gonna press my timer. So we're gonna be starting any second here. All right, are you ready? Starting with squats in 3, 2, and 1. Hit it. Squats, as many as we can do in those 20 seconds. Doing what you can, squeezing the glutes at the top, making sure when you stand you don't thrust your hips forward, you're just coming to center. Control, control. Squeeze those glutes. 5 seconds to go. 3, and rest. We're gonna do squats again, round 2 of squats, and then you're done with those. In 3, 2, and 1. Squat it out, 20 seconds. Again, squeezing the glutes at the top, not thrusting those hips forward. Trying to go as low and as controlled as you can. We're almost there. In 5, 3, 2, and rest. Down on the floor, on the wall, push-ups are next, 20 seconds. From your toes or your knees, elbows going back at 45, and hit it. Elbows back, shoulders pull back. Keep her going. Push-ups are my least favorite, so I'm not gonna do these. I have a torn labrum in my shoulder, so I just am mindful of how many I do. Last 5, in 3, 2, and rest. I've been working on increasing that. So if you also have a bad shoulder, feel free to hold a plank. So if your shoulder is really not feeling that, just hold a plank. And hit it, sorry, go, 20 seconds, push-ups, let's go. Holding here, going back to that 45. Keep pushing yourselves, resting when you need to, but really trying hard for these last 8 seconds. Exhaling on the way up. In 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Mountain climbers are next, so coming to that high plank, knee drives, or hitting the wall. In 3, 2, and hit it. Driving those knees in, shoulders, elbows, wrists, stay in one straight line. Popping it up, lower impact, just march those feet up. You don't have to jump. Again, trying to use that core, use those lower abs to pull the knee in. 5 seconds. 3, 2, and rest. One more round of mountain climbers. Feeling good, we got 5 to go. In 3, 2, and hit it. Mountain climbers, driving those knees up. Shoulders, elbows, wrists, one straight line. Pulling from the lower belly, halfway. Feeling strong for 5, 3, 2, 1. Standing on up. Butt kicks with arm pulls. Again, low impact here, high impact here, and hit it. So pulling, pulling, pulling. We're looking good. I'm doing the low impact because to be real, I don't got my good sports bra on, and so I do not want to be running without my good sports bra. Ladies, some of you will know what I mean. And rest. One more round, in 5 seconds. In 3, 2, and hit it. 20 seconds, this is it. Then we get core and booty finishers. So pushing yourself. Last little bit of cardio. You should be tired. Hopefully more tired than I am right now. In 5, 3, 2, and done. All right, catch your breath. Grab some water. I'm gonna shut our timer off. Woo, all right. All right, we got core coming up next. So if you do grab water, just in a little bit. Otherwise, you don't want to feel that when you're doing the core work. So we're gonna do the core work 3 times. Then we're just gonna do once through the booty finisher. All right? So weights can go off to the side. I don't think we need any. Nope, we don't. Okay. So down on the floor. Actually, just kidding. You can use a light weight. I'm gonna come right on up here because I have what I need is a ball. So ball, pillow, yoga block for the first move, or a dumbbell, or we can pretend. All right, I had this handy, so I'm gonna demo with this. We're gonna do a bicycle with a pass through. So with that ball. So coming down on the floor. Now for this one, I want us our nice flat back. So right here, everything's flat. We're just gonna lean back. I'm not doing this. See the difference? Here to here. So no shrugging the shoulders. Core is working. Now, option. Heels never leave the ground, or one heel never leaves the ground, I should say. So what it can be, we're gonna go underneath, pass underneath that leg. My right heel still on the floor. My left heel hits the floor. My right knee comes up. So I'm passing. I'm passing. I'm pulling from the lower abs. Another option. Heels stay up. I'm lengthening. I'm lengthening. I'm keeping my back nice and flat. All right? You choose which option. We got 10 of these. All right, ready? Leaning back, nice flat back, and go ahead. Pulling through, pulling through. Really working that lower abs. Exhaling here. Almost there. One more. Each pass. Good. Ball off to the side. Soles of your feet together. Knees are to go out wide. Butterfly crunches. I'm going to give you a full crunch option and a modification. Full crunch is going to look like this. Arms up and overhead. Crunching up. Reaching past those toes. If you're like, I'm not quite there yet, what you can do, hand behind your head and lift. Lifting enough to get your shoulder blades off the floor. It does not have to be a full sit-up. If that does not feel good in your back, enough to get the shoulder blades off. All right? 10 of these. Soles of your feet together. Arms overhead. Crunch. Try to sit past and reach past those toes. I like to reach past because that's mobility work. So not only are we working the core, but we're working those hips with the mobility. Exhaling as you come up. I'm back on my squeaky floor. I think it's like the only part of my office that squeaks. I might have to try to turn this around and shoot the other way. I don't think that side squeaks. Last 2. One more. Woo! All right. So come in here now, laying on your back. This is a little move. You're gonna do a leg lower to reverse crunch. My reverse crunch looks like this. Do you see I'm not going high? I am literally tilting my pelvis and really working those lower abs. I'm not doing this. Do you see that? Like that was no ab control, all right? This, if I'm doing it right, I'm doing it properly, that is a lot more work, all right? So I want you to work on that second one where we're not really lifting very high, all right? Hands alongside your hips. You're gonna lower down, back stays flat on the floor, come up, little reverse crunch, lowering and little crunch. So keeping this up, little lower, reverse crunch. So really controlled movement. Exhaling as you come up. We got 2 more. Last one. And coming on up to a side plank. We got side planks with a hip lift. So coming on that right forearm, option to have the knees down. Knees down, I like to extend the top leg, but tuck my right knee is tucked under. Dip the hip to the floor and lift up. Option 2, legs both stay straight, and you're up on that elbow, drop the hips down and up. You can always do this from your hand if this is too hard on that elbow or shoulder issues. We got 10 on each side. 2 more on this side. Good. Flipping now, left side. Extending those legs or keeping those knees tucked on the left side. 10 dips. You don't have to touch the floor. So that's also key. All right, so it's just that little down and up. Because this is working those obliques or the side part of your core. And it doesn't have to touch the floor to make it work. 1 more. Good. Coming back to center. 1 more move before we repeat plank rocks. Or seesaw planks. You're gonna come to your forearms. If this doesn't feel good on your forearms, you can always do it in a high plank. Shoulders, elbows, wrists, pull back. You're gonna rock your weight forward and back, like a saw. So here and back. We're looking good. Exhaling as you pull back. 2 more. And then dropping those knees down, taking a seat, and coming back onto your back. All right, grabbing that ball, pillow, or nothing at all. We got that bicycle with the pass-through. Nice flat back, leaning back, lifting that knee, alternating sides, pedaling through here, keeping that core strong. Exhaling, breathing. And roll it back up. Ball down, soles of your feet together, knees out, and reaching up and overhead. Exhaling, crunching up, or just doing your mini crunches. What is best for you today? And each day might be different. So maybe your hips are really feeling a workout that you did yesterday. Maybe they don't want to sit all the way up. Then listen to that. And you don't have to finish with the extra mobility work. Maybe you just crunch up and touch your heels. 2 more. Last one. Leg lowers with the hip lift. So laying on your back, legs straight up, hands alongside your body, lowering those legs down, back stays flat, and a little reverse crunch. So I really want the focus to be on the back staying flat and that little reverse crunch. And it might take a little bit to train your body for that reverse crunch to really get those muscles firing. Especially if you've had kiddos or C-sections. That takes a little time to get that connection back to that part of the core. 1 more. Very good. Rolling on up, taking it now side planks. From your toes or from your knees, hips lower and lift. So expanding on the core, especially with C-section, sometimes we lose, I have found, so one of my specialties is pre-postpartum, and I've worked with many, hundreds of women now, and switch in that stage of life. And sometimes coming back after babies, especially C-section, if you haven't done massages to that area right after baby, it can take time. So if you're like, oh gosh, I really don't feel that connection, keep at that move. That's actually a really good move to work on. And there's one way that I want you to work on it too, is noticing if you're a bracer or if you're a coner. 1 more. Good. Coming into the planks, seesaw planks, down on your forearms, shifting the weight forward and back. All right, so you do the plank saws, and I'm going to talk about bracing and coning really soon. So keep doing your seesaw plank. So bracers, and this is for anyone. You probably are a bracer or a coner. A coner means you're coming up, your midsection comes up like a cone when you do crunches. A bracer means it's really coming down hard and you're bracing down on your core when you're coming up. Usually we fall into 1 or 2 of those buckets. 2 more seesaws, and then taking a seat, grabbing your ball. Bicycles, last time through with the core moves. So leaning back and legs coming up. And it doesn't mean you're good, better, worse for being one or the other, but it's good to know about yourself. So if you're a bracer, you gotta really work on relaxing and easing with those muscles. 1 more. Woo. Butterflies. So on this butterfly crunch, you can probably see if you're a bracer or a coner. So as you come up, noticing, is your belly coning or is it bracing down? And again, The coning, you really want to try to work on flattening. So as you come up, you might not come up as high. So if you notice you're coning during this move, you probably would be better off practicing this rather than fully sitting up. And with bracers, the best way to do it is when you're exhaling, work on relaxing those low belly muscles. And that might not be during a workout, that's going to be just in life in general, just working on relaxing the low belly. One more, I'm a bracer, and done. Leg lifts to lowers. What I find a lot of, if you played a lot of college sports, a lot of times you probably are a bracer because you've just been so trained with your core throughout your lifetime. So you tend to be a bracer. I have found for a lot of high-level athletes, or if you played in college, you tend to be pretty strong in that transverse abdominis, which is your deepest layer. And again, there is no necessarily rhyme or reason why it happens. Again, a lot of C-section mamas, that tends to happen. It doesn't matter if you were a bracer or a coner before, it can just completely go out the window. Last one, and done. Side plank, hip lifts, and down and up. So again, nothing good, bad, it's just noticing your body and how you are and how to best serve your body. 2 more. And switch. Hopefully at least that entertained you, because we're almost done now with our core circuit. If you're like, okay, that past time, learn something new. 8, 2 more, and we got our seesaw planks, flipping over, seesaw planks, 10 of these, and then we got our booty band finisher, or just our band finisher, or I should say no band finisher. Sliding it back and forth, shoulders pull down that back. 2 more. Woo! All right. So if you have a band, you're gonna go ahead and grab your band, put it up above your knees. No band, you can still do this. And again, only one time through. So band is going above your knees if you have it. You're gonna lay on your back. Everyone's on their back. Hands alongside your hips, and lifting those hips to the sky. We got bridge pulses. So when we find our bridge pulses, we want to make sure that back stays flat, just like we did for the bicycles. So not overextending and making a C curve with your back as you lift your hips to the sky. So you want those glutes engaged. Last one, and hold it up. Now, band or not, you're going to push those knees out to the side. Resist the urge to roll onto the outside of your foot. This should be coming from your glute medius, the middle part of your glute, not from your feet. So making sure that inside part of your foot stays flat on both legs. 3, 2, 1, and hips down, lift, pulse to the side. Down, lift, pulse to the sides. So now we're combining those 2 moves. We got our bridge pulse with the adduction. Two more. And we're holding up. Pulse it out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, hold up. Roll up to your toes. Heels are lifted, toes are up. Or toes are down. Hips drop to the floor. Push those hips to the sky. Bridge pulses. Toes are down. Heels are lifted. So working those glutes. Feeling that? I know I do. Woo! 2 more. Last one. Hold it up. Pulses out. Little pulses. My glute medius are on fire. 3, 2, 1. Add it together. Bridge pulse with that abduction. Woo! Feeling that glute med. You know I do. And if you're interested in bands, I like the fabric bands personally. Versus the other ones, because these stay up better. The ones that are not fabric, I don't know if it's a rubber or whatever material that is, latex, it falls down. So these I find it falls down or it rolls up. The fabric work really nice. Hold up, pulse it out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. heels down, hips lift, hold that bridge, hold that bridge, hold that bridge for 3, 2, and 1. Roll it down. Hug the knees into the chest. Rolling out that spine. So yeah, I have found the fabric work better. You can get them on, I've got mine off Amazon. And I literally just type in fabric bands. There's like a bazillion companies that make them now. So that's kind of the one that I prefer. Magnetic Think is the brand I bought, but again, I don't even know if they are around because they go in and out so fast. All right, woo, so that was our workout today. Let me know how it goes. Feel free to stretch out on your own, doing some hamstrings, some leg work, some yoga videos, whatever you want. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Think of one thing that you're grateful for today. Maybe say it right now. I always like to finish my yoga classes, and I want to finish my HIIT classes like this too. Bringing your hands together, bringing them to that spot right between your eyebrows. Trusting your intuition, bringing your hands to your lips, speaking your truth, bringing your hands to heart center, knowing yourself. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste, everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you.